Here's an overview about my Ultimate Finance Tracker template. On the left side of the page are quick add buttons to quickly add new incomes, expenses, transfers, and debits. Beside it is an overview of expenses and incomes for today and for this week. Below that section is all the databases that consists the Ultimate Finance Tracker. On the Accounts database, you'll see all your cash accounts and banks showing the current balance of each account or bank. Below it, you'll see an overview for each account or bank, which includes the starting balance, all incomes and expenses, all transfers, and the balance for each account. When you click on an account, you'll see your transfer ins and transfer outs, and also a summary of your expenses and incomes for that account. On the credit cards database, you'll see all the credit cards that are categorized into active and canceled, showing a progress bar balance of the credit limit, and an active status that you can simply tick on to move it to the canceled credit cards category. Below it is an overview of all the credit cards that shows the credit limit, total debit and credit payments for each card, the remaining balance, the progress bar, and also a prompt that shows whenever you already exceeded your credit limit. On the expense database, you'll see the expenses for the day and for the week. Below it is an overview of all the expenses that shows the amount of each expense, the account to where it's deducted to, the date of the expense, the category it belongs to, an optional column to tag if it's a good or bad expense, and the month and year of the expense. Here's where you can see the good and bad expenses. This allows you to identify each expense that helps you to be financially disciplined. You can also see all the expense categories and the total expense for each category. On the income database, you'll see the summary incomes for the day and for the week. Below it is an overview of all your incomes showing the amount of each income, the date of the income, to which category it belongs to, the month and the year of the income. Here's where you can also see all the income categories and the total income for each category. On the transfers database, you'll see all transfers for the day and for the week. Below it is an overview of all the transfers that shows the amount, where it was transferred from, where it was transferred to, and the date of the transfer. On the payments database, you see the summary of debits made with your credit cards within the day and for the week. You'll also see an overview of all the debits made with the credit card, showing the status of the debit, if it was paid or unpaid, the amount of the debit, the category it belongs to, the date of the debit, and to which credit card it was debited to. Below it, you also see all the payments made to the credit card within the day and for the week. You can also see an overview of the payments showing the status of the payment, the amount, the category it belongs to, the date of the payment, and to which credit card it was credited to. On the subscriptions database, you'll see all the subscriptions that are categorized into active and inactive, showing the cost of the subscription, and an active status that can be simply tick or untick if the subscription is still active or inactive. Below it is an overview of all the subscriptions that shows the type of billing, category of the subscription, cost, monthly cost, yearly cost, the status of the subscription, and the renewal date of each subscription. On the budgets database, you'll see that the categories are divided into the main category and subcategories. On the main category, you'll see the total amount spent of all subcategories under that main category. You will also see a progress bar that shows the monthly budget of each main category. Below it is all the subcategories that shows each monthly budget, total spending for the month, the remaining balance for the month, and an overview of all expenses for each subcategory. On the investments database, you'll see all investments showing the date of the investment made, invested amount, and the rate of each investment. Here's an overview of all the investments showing the type of investment, date invested, the amount, rate, monthly return, and annual return. On the summary database, you'll see a summary of expenses and incomes for each month, and a summary of expenses and incomes for the whole year. Below the databases, on the left side of the page, is an overview of all accounts, banks, and credit cards that show the current balance of each account or bank and the progress bar and credit limit for each credit card. On the right side of the page, you'll see all the expense and income categories that show the total spent or income for each category. Below it is the summary of all expenses and incomes for each month and all expenses and incomes for the whole year.